Hello. I have started a movement called How Far Is Away. I have people threatening to discard items that do not belong in the trash. We really need to keep suffocating worms and choking turtles. First, I'm going to go to Facebook to do live there as well. Okay, where's the live on Facebook? Come on, Mousy. Live Seymour. Not Seymour. Well, I don't want to watch it. I want to make this one. I used to find it so easily when I didn't really want it. Okay, is it here? Switch out, log out. Maybe under. My apologies for having it take so long. Live events, no. You know what? I'll just share my live. Okay. I'm all dim from bringing things down to the basement so I can empty my bedroom / studio / stash room. Okay. It's not necessarily that this is a two-way chat. This is concerning the environment. We throw things away because we did that for centuries. We would throw away, cast away items, food items, so that the predators wouldn't be attracted to it and cause us harm. But we're still doing it today with items that do not belong in the trash. For example, here's a cap from some product. Hairspray, I'm not certain, some sort of product. Okay, instead of throwing away the cap that can be swallowed or clog something, you use the cap and then you find some sort of stamper, whether it's a foam pad stamper with the backing. You peel off the backing and attach here. Get an ink pad, tap with the ink, and then stamp. You create stationery, wrapping paper, art for the wall. This is not exactly art for the wall, but hey, like I said, this was an impromptu impetus because of what people are saying to me in this household. You gotta vote with your dollars. I do, but we asked the manufacturers to create these products. We have the responsibility to keep this out of the trash. This doesn't decompose. If it does, our generations, like 1,500 years from now, might wonder what the crumbs are. But I know also plastic decomposes or comes apart in areas that are really cold. Like, for instance, in Siberia, uh, the people who ordered this product said, "Where's the plastic wrap around it?" Turns out that the plastic wrap fell apart because it couldn't hold its integrity. I would like for someone, much as I'd like to have the financial compensation for it, I would like someone or many people to explore bringing plastics to that degree where it falls apart and then it could be recycled instead of going to choke the turtles and suffocate worms or whatever creatures it causes damage to. Okay, so when you peel away the paper backing, don't discard the paper backing. You could put it underneath a piece of paper and do a rubbing. But it's not trash. You can make paper mache with it. If you don't know what paper mache is, you can look it up. So that's this part. It doesn't belong in the trash. One time I found rocks in the trash at a library, a children's project. Rocks. You're heading on the way out. You can't place them by trees or whatnot. And then there's this other idea. I know I brought a metal cap with me, but I don't know where I placed it since. However, one of these caps, the cap does not belong in the trash because no creature can eat it and then remain healthy. So you take the cap, and you take one of these half rounds, these glass cabochons, I believe they are. There's also plastic ones, but you take the cap. Let's imagine this is that. No, yeah, okay. Well, let's imagine this is the cap, the metal cap, and then you decorate the back to look like a dragon's eye, dog's eye, ay ay ay. And then you take pliers and crunch the cap around it, and you have some sort of eye, someone who does sculpting, or you can start sculpting. There's all types of arts and crafts materials waiting to be used instead of being disposed in trash, because it's not trash. Then we have the two different caps, standard caps, on generally gallons or half gallons. The twist cap, and then the snap cap. You know what? You have a checkers piece, a bingo piece. Yeah, it has to be a large board. Whatever. Oh, I wish I had a container to put those little crumbs in, or the little sample of something or other. Oh, I have a container. I'm in transition of relocating my items so that I can go visit a family member and assist them. However, speaking of containers, there are those tea bags with the individual envelopes in each individual tea bag. Carefully tear that top or even cut it straight, because that also does not belong as potential choke food for the environment. You have your tea. Hopefully there's no staple on the tea bag. If there is, remove that. No creature needs to walk by and get snagged on it or step on it. Even one of us can wind up stepping on it. Staples can be used as art forms, as a rubbing surface. My apologies, I wasn't planning to do this, but after being annoyed about being pestered, like, it's not garbage. Garbage is something that the earth can handle. What we're doing today, the earth cannot handle. We need to do something about it and repurpose it. Currently, many of the fast food hot foods are wrapped in a wrapper that is foil on the outside and paper on the inside. Remove the paper. I don't recommend burning, but that's the easiest, most efficient way to remove the paper. It leaves you the foil. The foil can be used for a multitude of purposes. One purpose is it could be the core of a sculpture. A lot of polymer clay artists and paper mache artists use something firm at the center. Powdered packets also have the paper and aluminum, like the hotel creamers, the dry pack. Remove the paper. You can also soak it away and then use the paper for paper mache. I apologize for the raspy voice. It's terrible. And my makeup crew didn't arrive. I didn't warn them. I'm kidding. I don't have makeup. Actually, I do. I have someone. It's a cosmetologist in the family, but it just causes irritation to the eye. Let's see. What else can I think? Oh, people who crochet, knit, or weave, and they have little bits remaining, and someone gets up to put an interest. I stop them. So I'll take that. What are you going to do with that? This, with the others, in a piece of fabric, sewn together, part of a doll, part of a toy, part of something. It doesn't belong being discarded. A lot of paper can become covers for books. You can create your own books. You can take paper and fold it and stitch it. I'll do demonstrations for all of these, but presently, like I said, I am working on emptying this room so that I can relocate for a bit to assist this family member. Oh, look at these saggy eyes. Not saggy eyes, the skin. What else? Oh, where did I put it? There. I don't have one nearby, but I use these clear containers. Label on, label off, doesn't matter. You can decorate it later with permanent marker. But these containers, be it the smallest of water, I'm not advertising Deer Park, this happens to be a Deer Park container. These, I store items in it. When it's dried, what I'd like to do is put it near the heating vent and it dries it out fully. You could dry it out your way. But whatever can fit in through past the neck and shove it down. And where is that heart print piece of fabric that I have? Is it in this one? No. Is it in the... Oh, here it is. I see it. Instead of rustling about, making a lot of noise and frustrating yourself. Stir. Not just... This is not supposed to be... You're a hoarder. I am not a hoarder. I am one who is championing the earth. As a matter of fact, I have a lot of earth in my time. For people who don't believe that, bits of crayon. It doesn't belong in the trash. You can use the crayon for rubbing. You can give it to artists. You know people who art. You know people who craft. If you don't, you can become one. You don't have to do it full time. When I told someone I was an artist, they immediately assumed the social engineering comprehension of an artist belief that an artist has to be famous. Nature is an artist. Nature is really popular. The bags that these come in. There are many people who open the chips bag, crisps bag, and with parchment paper in between, after cleaning the oils and such off, they fuse them together and make blankets for the less fortunate, or just to repurpose. And then there's the reflective side. Perhaps you're camping or hiking, and you've lost your way because anyway, you lost your way, and you need a way to have reflection. Oh, I happen to have my chips crisps bag with that silver colored lining. Oh, I found you. Thanks to the crisp bag. Good thing I didn't throw it away because it doesn't belong in the trash. Also, I have the mascot downstairs that I started, but it's Fia. It's not half hours away, but also I rearranged HFIA to Fia. You take these empty bags, they don't belong in the trash, they don't decompose. Just stop it with other items that are ready to fill it without causing punctures. Like something could be too sharp. Like some plastics are sharp enough to cut through the plastic shopping bags. But no, put that in a paper bag, please, because it'll slice right through, the packaged containers with the sharp plastic edging. So you pull this up, or I know it's going to be noisy, I apologize for the noise, but you could roll it up, use some sort of tape, and it's an arm for something or other, and then you cover it up, and you have a figurine, you have a doll, you have a creature, you can decorate it with whatever strong tapes, the plastic tapes, be it duct tape or electrical tape. They have those wine tapes. Good golly, I had these all up here, but here's one. Just cover it in tape and then form it the way you want and cover it with either fabric or leave it as is and decorate it. Yeah, but that's ugly. It's full of garbage. Well, what about the cement figurines? It's cement. If it wasn't shaped, it would just be ordinary, wonderful cement. So let's keep that out of the trash. What else? Oh, yes. We have these lovely creamers. I stopped using creamers because I've gotten too large. We shouldn't be. What I did is I purchased a laundry mesh bag. And I put it in the wash before once it's opened. Some of the pull-back tops and we fuse together the same. And so many people are wearing that as wearable art. I made one, but I don't know where it is. It's here. And the container itself to me, it looks like Foreign Legion, American Legion, crossing the desert, their hat, for a big, or it looks like a planter pot, you decorate it as such, etc., etc. You come up with great ideas. You can do that. I haven't seen any videos of using these, but it doesn't belong in the trash. No more choking turtles, suffocating worms. No. You can use empty jars for the same reason. Most places recycle such. Sometimes they don't. plastic lids for cans. Can I find a can? Do I have them nearby? Okay. These plastic lids, a wide assortment of colors. You trim the rim off and save that for a project I will tell you about afterwards. You save that, but you trim the rim, get a stamp, a punch, a heart, a circle, a square, butterfly, what have you. You have a punch that will last longer. So you can make mobiles or tags for gifts with them. And hopefully, and tell your recipient, don't discard it if you don't want it. Give it back to me. I will find a way to repurpose it that doesn't belong to us. So it can be punched, paper punched. Those die cut machines, those that you find in craft stores. Here comes a cough. Goodness. Excuse me. With the cap complete, you take a little hole punch around the side, and find a way to fasten those jingle bells, whatever size. So obviously not size too large because the cap will bend, the lid will bend. But you have yourself a tambourine, a noisemaker. Things of that nature. Things that do not belong on the trash. I remove, when I can, when I have the opportunity, the copper staples on the large boxes. Things you can do with those. So much potential. Let's see what else. Paper that is shredded, that can be used. That's easy. That's to repurpose. What else? I have so many, but I'm better at writing things out. But I did give a talk about how far is away at Learning for Life in New Jersey. I'm currently in North Carolina, but people know I'm not from here. It's like, where are you from? Also, with the caps, what I've done is I've taken a bunch of yarn and covered it with fabric. And this is a base for a pin cushion. It'll keep the pin from going all the way through. I mean, provided you're not using that much force and the pin is not, or the needle's not that strong where it can pierce the plastic. But then you have your wad of yarn and it's covered in cloth, or it's just cloth with batting inside with filler. But this will stop the needles from going through. I've seen places decorated with different caps. I don't know if you've seen that. What else? I peel the tape from the boxes and roll that up and make sculptures with it after a process. The net bags, they can be used to create the texture of a reptile or fish scales. Now the onion net bag for the polymer clay. Also, you keep it intact. Of course, but people already use them. We use it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm making all these noises. But I just wanted to do this video as such because people are threatening to discard it in my absence. Like, why would you do that? Why would you continue? And one individual took the foil peel back of a dairy product. They saw me rinsing it. Said, "You're not going to keep it." And threw it away and took it from my hands. And, this individual is supposedly concerned about the environment and knowing what I told her, and still discarded it anyway. There's all different levels of stupid, I tell you. I'm sorry. I rarely get to look. I rarely look at my hair or myself because I'm like, what happened? Age and lack of proper care. I finally started reducing my sugar intake. A lot of the aches and pains are leaving. But that's not what this is about. Please, if it's not broken, or even if it is broken, especially the pull tab from the snap caps, cut those with a dedicated craft nail clipper. I apologize for the throat clearing. I wish. And they're the same plastic as those beads that you fuse together. It's the same plastic. I'm not asking you to compete with these bead companies. Here you go. The windows of many packages, like for instance, pasta. The window so you can see the actual pasta. So you remove that part of the box that has the window, remove the cellophane, unless you plan to reverse and use that as part of a structure in your buildings. But remove the cellophane and repurpose that, like I said previously, for plastic projects. And the windows, there's all different sizes and shapes of windows. You can use that for stenciling, stencil. It doesn't belong in trash. I tell you, I've spoken to a few corporate execs. I guarantee you, I'm not going to cause a mob mentality. On the contrary, this is going to have people not compete for artistic, creative ways to repurpose. However, these items will go off the shelves more quickly because people will say, look what I made with this. Look what I did with this. Look what I did. The lids from those tube containers, I removed the bottom lid, I disassemble the container. And it also is lined with paper and some sort of plastic or foil. Separate them and you know what to do with the rest. The moment I finish this live, I'll think of a multitude of other purposes. Oh, dead pens. Pens that are out of gas, which is my old way of saying they no longer write because they're either out of ink or dried up. What have you. A lot of pens, when you deconstruct them, have the strings. Those rust, but someone can find things to do with them. Not someone, but many individuals with their sculptures. A lot of the pens have that wider region and then it narrows down to the point. It looks like the part of a limb, where it tapers down. So you can use those parts. The ink point, the ball point, or whatever it is, you can use that for etching. Of course, it has to be a soft enough surface where you can etch or cut to it. Dagnabbit, what else was I gonna... Okay, well, so like I said, this is preliminary. Oh, For instance, you have these resealable bags. Also, when the product is finished, clean it in whichever way you deem doable, reasonable. When it's dry, you fill it with this other garbage, which is not garbage. And then you continue sculpting. These come in a great variety of sizes. The plastic clear cups, use some present seal. You have yourself a container. And that's the whole point of the product. My apologies. Why am I doing that? Oh, I know why. Because I ate some food. And my throat's trying to clear. Plastic utensils. For instance, the broken tines, or you could break the tines off forks. And they can be used as teeth, fangs, creature spikes. Spoons and knives too. Even if it's broken, just don't discard it. There's many videos where you can come up with something. I'm going to end this now because it wasn't planned, but anyway, I would like people to be inspired to do these. And forgive me if I don't reply immediately or soon or ever, because of what's going on in my life presently. Or okay, well, all right, done. I will see you on podcast number 2, hopefully scripted and examples. Take care of our Mother Earth, because she tries to take care of us. I mean, we're made from the items of Earth and Stardust. Be responsible. Don't fall for just saying, vote for with your dollars. A lot of the corporations and companies made these products because we asked for them. It's now long past due that we do something correct about it.